Hi there, I'm Aine Boy from Good Food Nutrition and welcome along to my Friday cook along. So today I'm going to make the dishes even quicker because I know sort of lockdown is starting to lift at the moment, and I do know that a lot of people are probably heading back even for part-time hours today, but the pressure's back on, sort of that time is very short when it comes to making dinners, particularly on a Friday evening. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a really lovely, delicious and sort of belly warming veggie stir fry. So your recipe is up on screen now. So we've got lots of lovely veg in there, some lovely warming spices, some ginger, some garlic, some chili and all in there as well. So it is, again, it's using up what was left over in the fridge in terms of your veg. So it's whatever you have, but I'll run through some ideas from you as well. But again, it is quick, it's speedy, it's nutritious as well, and you'll have it on the table in about 20 minutes to 25 minutes as well. So for anybody that is going back to work today, hopefully it's not too stressful a day. I have seen an awful lot more people out in the roads, a lot more cars as well, but hopefully you get through today and this weekend if you are working okay as well. So hopefully the dishes I'm cooking will give you some ideas as well for how to put food on the table very, very quickly and not add that to more of your stress as well. So we'll get going anyway. Okay, so today what I have done is I have put together a dish, really nice veggie stir fry, okay? So, but there is nothing to stop you adding in some chopped or some sliced chicken, if you have a sirloin steak there as well, or fillet steak they're brilliant when you're using them in stir fries. So finely sliced off steak, or some chicken, some turkey, or if you have a couple of things like frozen prawns as well in there, really, really quick, really easy, but good and nutritious as well. So some of the ingredients I'm going to be using today is I'm going to be using some sliced peppers. So I have them here actually, but I just don't want to tip them too much. I have some sliced peppers, some courgettes there as well. I've also got some lovely French beans as well. I've just sliced them down. I've got some gorgeous chestnut mushrooms as well, and the reason I love those is they've got a beautiful nutty texture to them as well. So a bit more flavour in there, just rather than your white mushrooms as well. And don't forget as well is your bog standard mushrooms of any type, packed full of vitamin D as well. So we need that at the moment. The sun has kind of gone in, not as much sunshine out there. So try to get your nutrients as well, and your vitamin D from your food as well. So your mushrooms, great source of them as well. I've just got some carrots, just sliced them down. And then what I've also got as well is I've got some fresh ginger and I've got some fresh garlic as well. Okay, so our bog standard sort of flavourings for many dishes as well. And then in terms of our spices, we're going to be using some dried chili flakes, just some normal medium curry powder as well there. And I love that in a stir fry, and as well, kids love that as well. Okay, so again, that nice warming sort of spices in there as well. And then I'm using a gluten-free soy sauce called tamari, but obviously is normal light soy sauce. That's absolutely fine as well. I just tend to go for the gluten-free in them. So what I'm also going to then team them up with as well is just some pre-cooked rice, and this is just brown whole grain rice as well. Great for balancing your blood sugars as well, is just sort of stop you at the craving sweet stuff there as well. And again, what they're going to do is they are going to help fill you up a little bit more. Because sometimes when you just have the stir-fried vegetables, is very quickly afterwards is you're feeling quite hungry again. So even some nice whole wheat noodles in there, some buckwheat noodles in there if you're gluten-free, or just some of your brown rice as well. And again, that's going to give you a little bit more bulk in the dish as well. And what I'm going to do as well is I am going to turn the rice part of it into my egg fried rice. And everything in the one pot as well, as you'll see, so very little washing up. So just using one egg, and I'll show you how to do that through it as well. So effectively, you're going to end up with a lovely garlic and ginger stir fry with egg fried rice, okay? Absolutely cheap as chips to do, so much quicker than ordering from the takeaway as well. So we'll get going on that, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to gently fry off our vegetables, okay? So these type of dishes are so quick and speedy if you can just be prepared spend about 5 minutes preparing beforehand, okay? And there's nothing to stop you preparing these type of things and popping them into like a Tupperware dish or a bowl in the freezer as well. Is if they're chopped and sliced and diced and all, you are good to go, and you'll have this cooked in about 10 minutes, honestly. So I'm going to start off is, what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to slice down my mushrooms, and I want to start by cooking off the mushrooms first, simply because mushrooms are about 80% water. So if we put them in halfway through the cooking, we are going to end up with all the water that comes out of the mushrooms going into our dish, and it's like a murky brown water, very unappealing. So what we're going to do is we're going to start and we're going to cook off the mushrooms first on a highish heat. And again, that is going to let all that water that comes out of the mushrooms evaporate. So instead, we're just getting the texture and we're getting the taste. So again, just nice little chunks of it. Don't be too worried about the size. If you want small chunks, I prefer to kind of go slices of mushrooms, because I don't really like my veg and stir fry cut down too small. So I've got about 5 mushrooms there per person, 5 to 6, because again, because they are mainly made up of water, is that when you cook them, they do tend to shrink an awful lot as well. So I have about 1 teaspoon of coconut oil here in my pan. And into that, I am just going to go straight in with my mushrooms. And we're going to cook them off probably for about a minute or so. And a little trick there to draw out the moisture from the mushrooms is I'm going to add in a little pinch of salt, okay? So just a small pinch of our Himalayan pink salt, or your rock salt as well. Give it a little stir around. And then I'm going to let that cook there for a second. I'm actually going to turn up the heat slightly. And I'm just going to prepare our ginger and our garlic as well, because they're going to be going in quite quickly. So we're just going to take of our ginger now, the huge big lumps of ginger. I love the fresh ginger because I love the smell of it as well. And it is so common and so easy to source as well. So I'm just going to take, I always say about a thumb size. So imagine your thumb, and you're going to want about that size. And then what we're going to do is we're going to skin it off, and we're going to slice it nice and finely. So just taking off a little bit of it, and then just slicing off. Remember that outer skin, the kind of papery skin. So just even slicing down the side, or of course you can actually just take a little teaspoon and you can scrape down the side, but that will also help you get rid of it as well. So our mushrooms are just cooking down here. They'll take about a minute to just let that water start to come out of them. And once that happens, is the high heat underneath, or the kind of medium-high heat, will help to evaporate all that. And in a stir fry as well, remember your vegetables, they're not soggy, they're not mushy, they are stir fried for a couple of minutes, very, very quickly, but they're still crunchy. Okay, you want that extra crunch in them. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to add in as well our sliced carrots. Now I have finely sliced them, but of course you can use a vegetable peeler, and you can just slice along, so you've kind of got big long strips as well. But don't be too fussy with them or whatever. But the carrots do give a lovely crunch to it as well. So in we go with those. So per person, you're probably talking about half a carrot and about 5 to 6 mushrooms. So we let them cook in there, and we'll just prepare off our ginger. So for our ginger, again, is just cutting thin little strips and then lining them up. I'm hoping people can see this. It's just lining them up. We're just cutting the ginger into small little matchsticks. And again, we'll just do the rest of these. And again if your cutting skills aren't great, or it's too time consuming, is get out a cheese grater and grate the ginger down on the really, really fine side that you would use for zesting a lemon or zesting an orange. And that then what you do is just let the really fine pulp come through, and then get rid of the what's left will be kind of like a really sort of fibrous sort of material. Just bin that, okay? But I like the texture of it, so I stick the whole lot in. Now we're going to go in with some of the other veg now in a second. And for our garlic, we're going to go in with either one very large clove or two small ones, whichever you have. I think I can get a nice big clove here, so we'll go through them. Again, pressing down on them to get off the skin and just getting rid of those little bits. And then the skin should just go straight off. And then pressing down with the back of your knife and slicing that nice and finely. And we'll push that to one side. As per normal, we are not going to put it in just yet, because again, that high heat will end up burning the garlic and it'll become rancid and you get that really burnt flavour. Now, in we're going to go with our courgettes. And in with our sliced beans. And just give everything a really nice toss around there. And I'm actually just going to go in with another teeny little bit of our oil, simply because, again, the mushrooms, they are like little sponges, and they do tend to sort of absorb any of the oil in the pan. Even though they are releasing the water, they do tend to absorb the oil. So you may find that you need to add a little bit more into the pan as you go along. Now we're going to add some of our nice spices in here as well. Just let that oil melt down a little bit. Oh, that's looking lovely, lovely, lovely colours in there. In we go with a little bit of our black pepper. Good grinding of that, because remember, your pepper and your salt is still part of your flavouring. In we go with a little bit of our dried chilli. So again, this is very selective to yourself, however hot you like your food. If you like your food very, very mild, leave it out, okay? And in with about half a teaspoon of our curry powder. And this is really, this is just a curry powder just get from your supermarket. You can go for the mild one, or you can go for the medium, or you can go for the hot, whichever you like yourself. Again, if your children, excuse me, if your children like more sort of mild flavour, just go with a mild curry powder. The lovely, lovely smell coming off this now. And now we're just going to go in with our peppers as well. Let these cook just for about another minute. We let them sit there for a second. And we're only going to go in with the ginger and the garlic at the last minute. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to get myself a little cup. And I'm just going to break in one large egg into a cup. And I'm just going to give that a very quick stir about. And what we're going to do effectively is we're going to kind of scramble it to make it part of the egg fried rice. But it's lovely, such a really, really lovely flavour to it. And more importantly, it's going to make your dish very balanced, because, again, your vegetable dish has no protein in it. So you're going to find that you're quite hungry quite quickly afterwards, and it's not an overly balanced dish. So either, if you're leaving out the meat, you need to be adding in protein somewhere along the lines, and you can either add in a plant protein like your your tofu, or you can add in eggs as well. So in we go with our garlic and ginger. Stir that around there for a second. Just let that cook off there for about 30 seconds. And then we're going to remove that from the pan onto a plate here, and then we're going to start on our egg fried rice. So you can see already how quick this can be if you have your veg sliced and diced and ready to go as well. Okay, so it's all, oh, excuse me. Spices are hitting me in the back of the throat. Is that when you're prepared in your dishes, it is so much quicker putting dinners on the table. Now, so we're just going to remove this from the wok. And we'll turn down the heat on that. And you can see there the lovely colours and all that we have there. But we're not finished yet. We want another teeny little bit of our oil. Just while we're putting in the eggs. So we let that melt in there. And then what we're going to do is, excuse me, we need to be very quick on this bit. That's the chilies catching me. We're going to go in and effectively scramble our eggs. So we have one large egg there, and we're just going to get a whisk straight into the pan and very quickly scramble the eggs. So I'm going to show you what they look like at the end. But you just want to quickly, with a whisk, you can actually turn off the heat at this stage, but you just want to very, very quickly scramble that around. And that's all that's going to take. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. And you can see there is that effectively it's just like a scrambled egg. So what we're going to do then, excuse me, is we're going to go back in with our vegetables, push them all back in there, all those lovely bits of garlic and ginger. And we're going to give that a really good stir fry around, and we're going to get the heat back onto it as well. So we're just going to put on like a mild heat, so about just under medium. Mix that all around there. In with some of our rice as well. So in with as much rice as you fancy, probably about 50 grams per person. That's enough. And then in with a good glug of your soy sauce or your gluten-free tamari as well. Now you could say 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. To be honest with you, I just go by hand and see what it looks like. And again, let's give everything a really good mix around. Just making sure that when you're using refried rice or cooked rice already, is making sure that it is cooked or it is warmed up very, very well, because there is a bacteria in rice. And excuse me, and if the rice is not warmed up very, very well afterwards, it can lead to food poisoning. So just be very careful of that. And we have salt and everything in there on the mushrooms. We're going to turn up the heat ever so slightly. Just let that warm through there, and I'm just going to get some lovely fresh coriander. So again, just a little handful of our fresh coriander over here. And just give it a little sort of rough chop down. We'll take it up a little bit. Just a nice little rough chop down. Now, that is plenty done. So remember, your stir fry really is very speedily cooked, okay? So that is looking really nice. I'm going to show you that now. I'm going to plate that up. Just get myself a spoon. The chili has caught me there today. Now, so again, just getting some of those gorgeous, lovely veg. So we have all that beautiful colour in there, all that goodness. And again, cheap as chips. So cheap. And again, as I say, it's completely balanced because we have that egg in there for the protein. And we have your rice there as well as your good carbohydrates, and then plenty of veg as well. So we'll just get another little bit on there. And then over the top of that, some of our gorgeous fresh coriander. Just around the top. And a couple of nice little leaves just on the top. And then one last, just little dribble of our soy sauce over the top. And you can see how quickly, I'm just going to show you here, guys, up to the camera, but you can see how quickly within about 15 or 20 minutes. There you can see all those beautiful colours there. How quickly you can put together a veggie stir fry for dinner. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Excuse me about the coughing fit. I will stick a link to my Facebook group, Fabulous Foodies, and with links to, excuse me, plenty of other recipes as well. And if you have any questions whatsoever on today's recipe, feel free to get in touch by popping a comment underneath. So guys, have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you all on Monday at 3 o'clock for more Cook Along. Take care, everyone.